This year in 2024, I've helped so many people move from the Arizona, Phoenix, Scottsdale, even Flagstaff area. Today we're talking about what those people have said and why they're actually moving to Northwest Arkansas and choosing right here. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois. The worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I looked at Asheville, I looked at Huntsville, I looked at Knoxville, Golden, Boulder, Boise, Salt Lake City, all the typical places you want to move to, but I chose Northwest Arkansas. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, call me, text me, let's meet up for coffee. Let's talk about why I believe that this is the best place to live in America by far. Without further ado, let's jump right into the content. All right, and some of the core reasons why people have left or are leaving Phoenix, Arizona, that Arizona area, and then we're gonna jump into the reasons why they chose here. But the first reason why they're leaving is, and this might be a little bit obvious too, but honestly, the heat for some reason this year and last year have been insane in Phoenix, Arizona specifically. And there's been a lot of people from Scottsdale and Flagstaff, and they have a little bit different reasons, mostly due to price affordability and just different styles of culture changing. We'll talk about that in a second. But for Phoenix, Arizona specifically, the heat is literally killer. From what I understand, especially with the people I've been helping to move here, they say the average is 110 degrees every single day. So for about 6 months out of the year, 7 months, they say sometimes 8, you're trapped indoors with the heat. Your air turns on over in like March, and it doesn't actually turn off until like November. And so you're really stuck indoors for that whole period of time. Now, obviously, the idea of going to a warmer state is that you get to kind of experience the outdoors all the time for the most part. Maybe there's like a slim time frame where you don't. That's not the case in Phoenix and other states as well, but definitely not the case in Phoenix. So the biggest reason why people have been moving here is because if you're gonna be trapped indoors, you might as well move. If you're going to be trapped indoors, you might as well move to Alaska, you might as well move to Maine, you might as well move to Canada, you might as well go somewhere else if you're gonna be indoors all the time. Why not? So regardless of that, heat is the biggest factor there. And the other second and third reason why people have been leaving Phoenix and moving here, I'm going to kind of lump these together, is kind of a combination, but it's an idea of expensiveness. So it's obviously gotten incredibly expensive in Phoenix in the last 4 or 5 years than ever before. So that has been a big turning point for people. And so a lot of people that are moving here obviously have higher equity homes, and they're able to come here and buy something very similar for a quarter of the cost, if that. So great for them. But with all that comes with higher, on the Phoenix side, higher taxes, higher problems, more traffic. All the things that they maybe went to Phoenix originally for have kind of since disappeared. And so that is probably part of the whole expensive side too. But one of the other major factors they mentioned is just the culture has changed dramatically in Phoenix and Arizona in general. By I mean culture, I mean politics and choices and things and people moving from certain places, from certain states into Phoenix. You get my drift. So anyways, those are kind of the two biggest things on top of the heat that have drawn people away from Phoenix. Now let's talk about the reasons why they've been choosing Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America. And the first reason why people from Arizona are choosing Northwest Arkansas, and this is going to be kind of a counteracting thing to obviously the Arizona, but the weather here is just so much more desirable and enjoyable. So really, like, it's kind of the opposite effect where it's like you are trapped indoors at least 7 months a year in Phoenix. Then you have monsoon season. That's a whole different thing. Anyways, in Northwest Arkansas, there really isn't a day that you can't spend outdoors, which is drastically different than what happens in Phoenix. And also a little bit of a tidbit information is that we don't have as many sunny days as Phoenix, but Phoenix is insanely sunny all the time. We have on average like 30 to 40 extra days of sun comparison to like Illinois, definitely way more than Washington State and Oregon. So we are very, very sunny, but not quite as sunny as both Florida as well as Arizona. But we are quite up there in general. So don't be scared if you are moving here from Phoenix that you're gonna have dismal days all the time. They come every once in a while, but I come from Chicagoland area, so it's a little bit unfair because I'm used to like weeks on end of not seeing the sun. Here, it's a rare day in Arkansas not to see the sun. Like there have been days, but they're far and few between. Almost like all the time, right? Almost all the time the sun is out. And maybe some patchy clouds because that's weather, of course. But regardless, the weather here is so much more desirable than Phoenix, Arizona. Whoa. Guess what? I made something for you. Yes, I made 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to come down here, vacation here, check out this whole area. I literally have 3-day itineraries linked below for every single city, every single day, every single restaurant, like to go throughout the whole area. So if you ever want to grab those itineraries, they're linked below, but maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, I have all the 3-day itineraries linked down below for you. So go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. And maybe you are looking to move down here and you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Let me know all the information below and make sure you don't miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? When is First Thursdays? What new businesses are moving here? What's going on in the amphitheater? What's going on over at downtown Rogers? What are all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas? Enter your name below, enter your email below, and there are so many things going on all the time. Enter your name below and email below and make sure you get that email every single Friday. But just want to give a heads up, a little bit of forewarning, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the second reason why people have been moving from Phoenix, Arizona to Northwest Arkansas, again, this is a little bit attached to weather, but we have 4 seasons. We have a really good spring. I'd say it's a little shorter than I would personally like. Summer is good. The fall though is fantastic. In my opinion, fall oftentimes starts here pretty soon. It's gonna be in September time. It'll still be warm. You're not gonna see colors changing or anything, but you're gonna get that crisp fall air starting to come in around the September time. Even this morning, it was a little crisper. It was in like the low 60s-ish. So it's already starting to happen. It's like mid-August, I think it is? No, at the end of August. We're getting close to September. So that crisp fall air is coming in. So September, October, November, and even parts of December will be very fall-esque. Because our winters really start at the like middle to end of December, and they go into about, I would say, March, and then you start really seeing a shift in March into April, and then we're kind of back into a spring season and then summer season. So the winter is pretty short-lived here, in my opinion. Again, come from Chicago where it's the land of winter, so a little bit unfair there. But if you're looking for those 4 seasons effects, Northwest Arkansas has those, what you're looking for. Now, a little bit of a tidbit on the weather side before we jump on to the next thing is that a lot of times people from Phoenix and California and other places will be like, they're very afraid of the humidity. But when often they get here, and I've never had anyone complain about this, they're afraid of the humidity, but when they get there, like, this is fine. This is very manageable. And we do have lower humidity. I came from a very high humid area in Chicagoland area. It's kind of a weird thing if you don't know this, but Chicago, Wisconsin, Minnesota, high humidity. So many lakes, so much moisture going out there. Anyways. But in my opinion, the top humid areas in America are gonna be like Florida, Houston, Louisiana, parts of the Carolinas, and what else? But that's probably the top humid areas. And then Chicago, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Very humid up there in those areas. Northwest Arkansas specifically is many steps down from there. And so, but if you're used to the dryness, it will be a little bit of adjustment, but it's not gonna be extreme. You're not gonna be dripping like you would in Florida, that is for sure. And the third reason why so many people are moving from Phoenix, Arizona to Northwest Arkansas is the affordability factor. Just because that one of the big things is their house has gone up so much in Phoenix, Arizona, great for them. They're able to afford such a different style home at a much significant cheaper price here in Northwest Arkansas. Plus, you don't necessarily need to live in downtown Bentonville to enjoy all the amenities of the area. You don't necessarily need to live in downtown Fayetteville or this. You can live on the outskirts if you want to. You can get some rural land. You can build a house. You can build a compound. You can live in the trees in Bella Vista. You can live on the lakes. So many options exist here in Northwest Arkansas that you really don't get that opportunity in Phoenix. Obviously, if you want to live in a historic town, that's an option. If you want to live on the lake, that's an option. If you want to live in the mountains, that's an option. You just don't get as many opportunities, and the fact that it's all very affordable is a game changer for this area, especially coming from Phoenix. And the fourth and final reason why so many people are moving from Phoenix, Arizona to Northwest Arkansas is because of the culture. The culture has shifted so dramatically over in Phoenix in comparison to Arkansas. Now, a lot of you might be watching this video and be like, oh my gosh, Phoenix has become the next, or Northwest Arkansas has become the next Phoenix, and it's gonna do all over again. The thing that is interesting with Northwest Arkansas specifically, as well as Arkansas, is that moving to Arkansas is a barrier to entry. If you said you're moving to Dallas, Texas, no one would bat an eye. If you're moving to Austin, Florida, Carolinas, like Tennessee, great, not a problem, cool, everyone does that. But once you say you're moving to Arkansas, people are like, what is wrong with you? And what? So that is a natural barrier to entry. So there's going to be, that meaning is that that's a natural barrier to controlled growth. This area will grow, but it will never be exponential because of the fact of just that word right there. But moving on to that, when it comes to culture, the culture has shifted so dramatically in Phoenix, and it's more desirable here in Northwest Arkansas. Now, I'm not saying culture in a sense of politics. What I am saying culture is a sense of like sensibility. Like there's very little honking. No one gives you the middle finger here when you're driving. You know, it's a little bit slower paced. There's more handshake agreements. Those things still exist here and probably will for a long time being, just because that's embedded into the culture here, and we're all absorbing it, so we're going to continue it on, because that's part of the reason why we all moved here. So again, culture shifted so dramatically in Phoenix, and it's it's way more desirable culture-wise here, especially for the people moving from Phoenix right to Northwest Arkansas. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. If you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. It's a starter pack full of all the cool things going on happening in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page guide of all the different areas, like city by city, the populations, the structures, all the medical, all the things education, all the things schools, all the things you'd want to know about Northwest Arkansas comes in that 120-page booklet. Comes with my itineraries, comes with stickers. It comes with all sorts of cool things about Northwest Arkansas. So if you want that package shipped literally right to your home, enter your name below, enter your address below, let me know where the package is going to, and I'll make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite fuller F word. Free! So enter your information below. I'll make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some home for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar would go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, this is the next one.